she did it on purpose.
You feel really confident that it was divinely ordered.
Mail TV exclusive, Too Posh to Push. Meghan Markle made her first husband agree to make sure that she was afforded every possible luxury if she gave birth.
Long before the royal palace gates opened to Meghan, another man shared her world and witnessed everything. Those buried stories from a decade of silence are now resurfacing to challenge the entire Sussex legacy. Trevor Ingleson, Meghan's first husband, is reportedly sitting on a mountain of explosive details about Archie and Lilibet's true biological roots that publishers are desperate to acquire. What does he actually know, and what would it mean for the Sussex children if he ever decides to talk? Join us as we uncover the full story behind all this, the Hollywood years and the silent producer. Trevor Ingleson knows things that the rest of the world can only guess about. And another Daily Mail TV exclusive, Too Posh to Push. Meghan Markle made her first husband agree to a pregnancy contract to make sure that she was afforded every possible luxury if she gave birth to their child. He spent 10 years of his life with Meghan Markle long before she ever set foot in a royal palace. For years, people have wondered what secrets he might be holding on to regarding their time together in Los Angeles. Some experts believe he has medical details or personal records that could change how the world sees Meghan's history forever. The rumors about a potential book deal have been circling for a long time. Publishers are reportedly ready to pay millions for just a glimpse into their private marriage, and the real reason it ended so abruptly. But the most shocking part of this story isn't just about the past, because it reaches directly into the future of the British throne. Trevor and Meghan started dating back in 2004. Their relationship was serious enough that they eventually tied the knot in August 2011. It was a beach wedding in Jamaica that looked like a dream come true. By all accounts, it was a real marriage between two people who had built a life together across the entertainment corridors of Los Angeles. Trevor was already an established film producer at that point. Meghan was still climbing the ladder that would lead her to the show suits. Their marriage lasted 2 years before Meghan filed for divorce in 2013. She cited irreconcilable differences, but the details of that split have become legendary in Hollywood circles. What made the split so jarring to those close to the couple was how sudden it appeared to be. Sources who spoke to media outlets at the time described the breakup as calculated. There was almost no warning for Trevor. The story that spread through Hollywood was the one about the wedding rings. People claimed that Meghan returned her rings to Trevor via FedEx. This painted a picture of a woman who could close a chapter of her life with startling efficiency. Trevor never confirmed or denied the story publicly. That silence has only added weight to the rumors over the years. This silence is the core of the entire situation. For over a decade, Trevor Ingleson has said almost nothing about his marriage to Meghan. He moved on with his life. He married a nutritionist named Tracy Kurland in 2019. He built a new family and a successful career. But the entertainment industry has never stopped thinking about what he might say if he ever decided to open up. Royal authors have claimed that Trevor has been offered massive deals to write a book. Some say the figures are in the millions. These publishers believe that his version of Meghan is the only one the public hasn't seen yet. There is a specific reason why this matters so much right now. Critics of the Duchess often point to a pattern in her past relationships. They argue that people in her life tend to disappear the moment they stop being useful for her career. Trevor was there during her most formative years. He saw her transformation from a struggling actress into a television star. If he were to reveal medical records or personal details from that time, it could challenge the narrative she has built. Some insiders suggest that Trevor has the goods on her family history and her personal health during their marriage. This is not just about hurt feelings from an old divorce. It is about the legal and social standing of the Sussex family. Trevor was married to Meghan during a time when she was reportedly making big decisions about her future. If there is documentation that contradicts her current public story, the fallout would be massive. This is especially true when it comes to the legalities of the royal family. Trevor is not bound by any palace non-disclosure agreements. He is a private American citizen who can say whatever he wants. This makes him a loose thread that the royal family cannot control. Harry has spent years building a story about his marriage. He has presented Meghan as a victim of the British press and a woman who was misunderstood by his family. But if Trevor presents a different version of who she was before the fame, that foundation starts to crack. Sources say Harry is deeply unsettled by the idea of Trevor talking. It is a part of Meghan's life that Harry was not a part of. He has to trust her version of events, but Trevor has the lived experience and the documents to prove what really happened. The professional dimension of Trevor's life also adds to the tension. He is not a man who needs money. He is a successful producer with hits like the show Snowfall. He does not need to sell a story to pay his bills. This makes his silence even more powerful. If he chooses to speak, it won't be for a quick paycheck. It will be because he feels the truth needs to be told. This is the ultimate nightmare for a public relations team. You cannot buy the silence of a man who is already wealthy and successful. Many observers are waiting to see if the pressure finally breaks him. Every time Meghan launches a new project, Trevor's name comes back into the news. People want to know if he is watching. They want to know if he feels a sense of vindication as she faces public criticism. The mystery of the Trevor Engelson archives continues to grow. As long as he stays quiet, the suspense builds. But if he ever decides to open that vault, the impact will be felt from California all the way to London. The question of what Trevor knows is big. But there is a much more serious controversy regarding the children and their physical appearance that has people talking even louder. The legitimacy question and the succession. This is where the conversation moves into very difficult territory. For several years, there has been an undercurrent of gossip regarding the physical appearance of Archie and Lilibet. Some critics online have gone as far as to say that Archie does not look like Prince Harry. They point a hair color and facial features as reasons to question the lineage. While this might seem like standard internet trolling, it has fueled a much larger discussion about royal legitimacy. In the world of the British monarchy, biological parentage is not just a family matter. It is a matter of constitutional law and the line of succession. The British throne is governed by very specific rules. The Bill of Rights from 1689 and the Act of Settlement from 1701 are the foundation. These laws state that the crown must pass to the heirs of the body. This phrase is not just a figure of speech. It means that a child must be the biological offspring of the royal parents. They must also be born within a recognized legal marriage. If a child were found to be born via surrogate or through other means, they would legally have no right to the throne. This is why the rumors about the children's appearance have become so toxic. These questions have placed a spotlight on the birth of both children. When Archie was born, the traditional royal birth announcement was handled differently than usual. There was a lack of a formal doctor's signature on the easel outside Buckingham Palace. This broke a long-standing tradition. For many skeptics, this was the first red flag. They began to wonder why the couple was being so secretive about the medical details. This brings us back to the idea of medical exposure. If there were any records that suggested a different birth story, the constitutional crisis would be unprecedented. The House of Commons library makes the rules very clear. A member of the royal family can only be removed from the line of succession through an act of parliament. This is a massive legal hurdle. It is not something the king can decide on his own. It would require a full investigation and the agreement of several different governments across the Commonwealth. We saw how serious this was in 2026 when Parliament discussed the status of Prince Andrew. If the legitimacy of Archie or Lilibet were ever formally challenged, it would be the biggest legal battle in the history of the monarchy. Harry is currently 5th in line to the throne, Archie is 6th and Lily is 7th. These positions were confirmed when King Charles took the throne in 2022. On the surface, their titles as prince and princess seem secure. But the rumors do not go away. People compare photos of Harry as a child to photos of Archie. They look for similarities and they look for differences. Some claim they see no resemblance at all. This kind of public scrutiny is incredibly hard on a family. It also creates a sense of instability for the crown. The phrase "born of the body" is the legal wall that everything hits. In the past, royal births were public events. There were witnesses in the room to ensure that the baby was indeed the biological child of the queen or princess. This was done to prevent any questions of legitimacy. Modern times have allowed for more privacy, but that privacy has opened the door for doubt. Harry and Meghan's insistence on total secrecy has unintentionally fueled the very rumors they hate. By keeping the doctors and the details hidden, they have allowed the public to fill in the blanks with TH.